In this video, we'll be covering everything you need to know for arts and culture. The UK's history and present is rich in arts and culture, spanning music, visual arts, and literature. First, let's look at music. The Proms is a famous 8-week summer season of classical music organized by the BBC. There are many famous outdoor music festivals in the United Kingdom, such as Glastonbury, Isle of Wight, and Creamfields. Two important awards recognize people's contribution to music. The first is the Mercury Prize, which is awarded each year for the best album in the UK and Ireland. The second is the Brit Awards, which is an annual awards event covering a range of categories. The official guide does list some important musicians and their works. Questions on these are typically very rare, so you don't need to worry too much about them. However, if you do want to be super prepared, you can review their names and works. Moving on to theatre. Theatreland is an area in London's West End where many theatres can be located. Gilbert and Sullivan are famous for writing comic operas, which often made fun of popular culture and politics. An important British tradition is the pantomime, where many theatres will showcase light-hearted plays based on fairy stories during Christmas time. An important festival which showcases a range of theatre from across the country is the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. The Laurence Olivier Awards is an annual award for a variety of theatre categories. The UK also has a rich art culture. Some famous London galleries include the National Gallery, Tate Britain, and Tate Modern. The Turner Prize is an annual award for contemporary art held at the Tate Britain. The official guide also lists a whole bunch of famous artists as well as some of the works they're known for. Similar to the musicians, questions on these are also typically very rare. The UK also has a rich history of architecture. A very famous style of architecture is known as the Gothic style. Many buildings in the UK are built in this style, including the Houses of Parliament and St Pancras Station. Sir Edwin Lutyens is a famous British architect who designed the New Delhi government seat in India, as well as the cenotaph in Whitehall. The cenotaph is a war memorial located in Whitehall, London. The Chelsea Flower Show showcases garden design from Britain and around the world. The official guide also lists some fashion and designers. Questions on these are also typically rare. However, if you do want to cover all bases, I would suggest you know their name and what they're known for. Several British writers have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Man Booker Prize is a prize for the best fiction novel by an author from the Commonwealth, Ireland, or Zimbabwe. The official guide lists a whole bunch of writers and poets, as well as each of their famous works. Questions about famous writers and poets are more common, so it is suggested you remember their names and famous works. If you're pressed for time, you should pay special attention to the following writers: Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, J.K. Rowling, and J.R.R. Tolkien. Examples of other famous poets include William Blake, Lord Byron, and Robert Browning.